The summer of 2003 smelled like fresh-cut grass, cheap vanilla milkshakes, and the faint static of dial-up internet. It was a time before smartphones, before playlists could tell people what they felt. Back then we made mixtapes. We burned CDs and wrote titles like Songs That Remind Me of You. And that's where my story begins. I was 17, working part-time at a local bookstore in a quiet town in Oregon. A place where rain didn't ask for permission and everyone knew each other's dog by name. The store smelled like dust, ink, and second chances. My manager, a gentle woman named Mary, used to say, "Books are like people. Sometimes you find one that feels like home." I didn't know then that I was about to find mine. Her name was Emily Turner. She came into the shop one Friday afternoon wearing a faded denim jacket and holding a disposable camera in her hand. Her hair was messy sunlit brown, the kind that never needed fixing. She had this way of looking at books, not like she was choosing one, but like she was listening to them whisper secrets. "Do you have Catcher in the Rye?" she asked, brushing her hair away from her face. "We had 5 copies." I pointed to the shelf. "Right there, next to To Kill a Mockingbird. You can't miss it." She smiled. "You'd be surprised what I can miss." Something about her voice stayed with me even after she walked away. It was light but carried a kind of sadness that only people who have moved too many times have. When she came to the counter, she didn't just buy the book. She bought a journal too. "For writing down thoughts," she said. "Not the kind you post online. The kind you'd never say out loud." I didn't know how to reply, so I said something stupid like, "Cool." She laughed softly. "You're new here, right?" "Born and raised," I said. "You're the new one." She nodded. "Guilty. My dad just got a job at the high school. We move a lot. It's kind of our thing." She nodded. "Guilty. My dad just got a job at the high school. We move a lot. It's kind of our thing." She didn't say more, but that one sentence said everything about loneliness, about starting over, about always being the new person in every town. The next few weeks, Emily became a regular. She'd sit by the big window in the corner, reading, sketching, sometimes just staring outside like she was trying to memorize the sky. I started to time my lunch breaks around hers. We'd talk about music. She loved John Mayer and Coldplay. I was more into Blink-182 and Dashboard Confessional. She said every song felt like a love letter waiting to be finished. Once I asked, "Do you believe in soulmates?" She looked at me for a long moment. "I believe in timing," she said. "Sometimes people are perfect for each other, just at the wrong time." At 17, I didn't fully understand what she meant, but years later I would. There was something different about that summer. The light felt softer, the air heavier. Every day I'd wake up hoping to see her again. We started walking home together after work. She'd tell me about her dreams of becoming a photographer, of capturing people's honest faces before they noticed the camera. I told her about my plans to study journalism. "Maybe one day I'll write about you," I said, half joking. "Then make me sound mysterious," she teased. "You already are." She smiled, but there was something fragile behind it, like glass catching sunlight before it cracks. One evening, she handed me a small Polaroid photo. It was of me standing behind the counter staring out the window. "You didn't even notice when I took it," she said. "That's my favorite kind of photo. When people are too busy being real." I kept that picture for years. I still have it somewhere tucked between old letters and ticket stubs. As August came, the air started to cool, and the realization began to sink in. She might not stay. Her father had another interview in another state. I didn't ask about it. Neither did she. We just kept pretending that summer would last forever. On her last weekend in town, she came to the store early. The place was empty except for the two of us. "Let's go somewhere," she said suddenly. "Where?" "Anywhere." So we drove. Past the edge of town, to the old radio tower hill that overlooked the valley. The sun was setting, that perfect orange glow that makes everything look like it matters. She turned to me. "I think this is my favorite place," she said. "You've been here 5 weeks." She shrugged. "Maybe I like fast favorites." Then she reached into her bag and handed me her camera. "Take a picture of me. The kind that makes you remember." I took the photo. She looked right into the lens. No smile, no pose, just raw honesty. Afterward, she whispered, "If I leave, will you remember me like this?" "Always," I said. She smiled faintly. That's the thing about always. People say it too easily. We didn't kiss that night. We just sat there watching the sun disappear, both pretending we weren't counting the seconds left. A week later she was gone. The bookstore felt emptier. Her chair by the window stayed unoccupied for months. Mary asked once, "That girl who used to come here, what happened to her?" "She moved," I said. Mary nodded softly. "Some people do." That fall, I found a note tucked inside Catcher in the Rye, the same copy she bought. It said, "If you ever write about me, don't make it a sad story. Just make it real." That was 20 years ago. And this is me keeping my promise. The first fall without her felt longer than any winter I'd known. Leaves turned, rains came, and every quiet evening at the bookstore felt like an echo. Sometimes when the door chimed, I'd look up expecting to see her, denim jacket, camera in hand. But it was never her. It was just someone else looking for a story that wasn't mine. After she left, I tried to move on. I got accepted into Oregon State University to study journalism. Everyone said college would be the start of something new, and it was just not in the way I expected. Because even when life moved forward, part of me stayed back in that little bookstore, frozen in that last summer evening light. In college, I learned how to write stories that mattered, investigative pieces, features, essays. But the one story I could never finish was the one about her. I'd start writing. There was once a girl who believed in timing more than love. And then I'd stop because every sentence felt like betrayal, like I was putting her into words she never asked for. Sometimes late at night, I'd take out the Polaroid she gave me. I'd stare at that picture, her standing under the radio tower. And I'd think about how some faces never fade. They just turn into landmarks in your memory. Then one day, out of nowhere, I got a letter. It came in a pale blue envelope with no return address. The handwriting was familiar, sharp, slightly tilted, like she wrote fast before she could overthink. Inside, just one line. "Do you still make everything sound like a story?" That was it. No explanation, no address, no clue where she was. For a week, I couldn't think about anything else. Did she mean it as a goodbye? A check-in? A test to see if I'd still remember? I wanted to write back. I wanted to say yes, and you're still my favorite one. But there was nowhere to send it. So instead, I did what I'd always done. I turned the ache into words. I wrote an article for the college paper titled "People Who Leave Quietly." It was about those who slip out of our lives without warning, not because they want to, but because they don't know how to stay. It went viral on campus. Professors quoted it. Students shared it. But none of them knew it was really about one girl, one summer, one unfinished goodbye. A year later, I got my first internship at a newspaper in Seattle. It was everything I thought I wanted: deadlines, coffee-stained notebooks, the hum of newsroom chaos. But every time I walked home alone at midnight, through those city streets flickering with neon light, I'd catch myself wondering if she was seeing the same stars somewhere else. That's the thing about first love. It's less about the person and more about the version of yourself you were when you loved them. And that version of me, the 17-year-old boy who believed a summer could last forever, still hadn't learned how to let go. In 2006, Facebook became a thing. People started finding each other again. Old friends, exes, everyone. So one evening, I typed her name into the search bar. Emily Turner. Hundreds of results. But none of them her. No familiar eyes, no camera in hand. Just strangers with the same name. It felt strange. How someone who once filled every thought could suddenly be untraceable. Maybe she wanted it that way. Maybe she was building a life that didn't include the past. So I stopped searching. Or maybe I didn't, I just stopped typing. Years went by. By 2012, I was working for a national magazine, traveling, writing human stories, chasing deadlines across states. I'd interviewed war veterans, small-town mayors, forgotten artists. But every time I met someone who said, "I used to move a lot as a kid," my chest tightened. Because I'd think so did she. Then one spring afternoon, I was assigned to cover a photography exhibit in Chicago titled "People Between Places." The artist's name, Turner. I froze. Couldn't be, could it?